Trey, remember CJ Happy? I got you. Hey, on me, I got it. So we're gonna do 3, 4, 3, 4. Right here.
Yeah, Doc, that's it right there. So this is crazy. I saw this video on my feed yesterday. I was like, you know what? I gotta pull this up and I gotta react to it. So I gotta like share it because this is the kind of stuff that I talk about here on the channel. Why, like, a couple of things that I wanted to cover with this. Like, why one, you should pay your musicians way more, especially if they're like in this type bag. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like as musicians, this is the vibe. Like when you're like literally not only improvising on the spot, but being able to improvise with tracks and be able to like literally direct the band. And not only just from, you know, Jay, because he's an amazing musician, amazing producer, all of those things all across the board. But even for them to be able to follow as a bass player, to be able to think that fast on your organ player, drummer, all of those, anybody that's in the band dynamic, being able to think that fast in real time. So if you guys are like non-musicians for the not, because I got a lot of non-musicians that watch this channel, like, you know, people that get triggered by me talking about church musicians getting paid and stuff. This is the kind of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. If you see a musician up there with a computer and a talkback mic, they're not just back there joking and talking. This is the kind of stuff that's actually happening. Now, the other standpoint of it is like this: if you have a musician, MD, or whatever that knows how to use Ableton in this fashion, like Jay is, then it's definitely worth its weight in gold because being able to be that technical by playing and thinking in real time, like he put on the screen, like this is all real time. He thought of a song that he heard somebody else do. He had the tracks already on his computer. He was able to, in real time, during a break, like jump over to Ableton, switch to the tracks, keep the BPM the same, keep everything locked, drop those joints in, and then give the band direction to kind of flow into it. And you're saying like, these guys shouldn't be paid for what they're doing. That's wild work if you think that someone needs to be doing it. And not only that, let's talk about the aspect of the fact that as musicians, when you do this right, if you're skillful, not just in the playing aspect of it, right? But technical in using Ableton and things like that, being able to do that sort of thing, right? You are effectively producing 3 to 4 records every week. The equivalent of when you make stems, when you create stems, you are producing a record. You are a producer at that point. You know what I mean? And producers get paid to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy to think from the standpoint that people want for musicians to do this sort of stuff for free. You know what I'm saying? Or find other way, go get a real job, quote unquote, when you have this skill set. And this is an amazing skill set. Now, the flip side, that's to talk to my haters that don't think musicians should be paid. To talk to the musicians, this is I wanted to highlight this because I think this is dope. And Jay is like one of the few or of the many that have not only mastered the craft of playing and MDing, but has also leveled up his game in the sense of learning Ableton, being able to run all of this stuff in real time, being able to produce stems and tracks and stuff that really enhance the overall experience, which is why you see him everywhere. You see him doing different things. He gets called and brought in to do this, that, and the other because of his skill set that is highly technical and highly sought after. So, as a musician, church musician specifically, if you have not learned Ableton, if you have not learned how to run stems, if you have not learned how to create stems, shameless plug, I got Ableton courses, I got all that stuff like that. Let me know. I'll drop links down in the description. I sell stems, all that thing. If you don't know how to utilize stems, click tracks, all of these different things in a live service, then you are severely limiting not just yourself, your personal growth in all of these areas, but also limiting your income, limiting what you can charge, limiting if you are a type of musician that could do this sort of thing live, you know what I'm saying, and flow and function and direct and create and produce, then you are highly more valuable, you know what I'm saying, than the average church musician that just knows how to play in all 12 keys. You know what I'm saying? You're highly more sought after, highly more marketable and profitable. And apart from that, this is another thing that I want to highlight about Jay is that the fact that he also has an e-commerce store. So not only does he produce this stuff, he's a highly technical musician, a musician that can produce and create, but he also takes these things and makes products out of them. So these stems that you're hearing, you can actually buy those from him. You know what I'm saying? He sells his Ableton sessions. I'll drop a link to his stuff down below so you can check it out. He has mastered the art of multiple sources of income with multiple streams flowing into them. He also has a popping YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? He's utilizing all of his attention that he's able to garner from social media. Because as you can see, even looking at this post has like, you know what I'm saying, like 500, 600, 500 some likes on it. You know what I mean? Like I probably could jump in and find the views somewhere, but I'm not going to dig in on this video. But thousands upon thousands of views, being able to showcase what he's doing to his audience and create revenue for himself, not just from YouTube AdSense, but also from products that he's able to create. And I think that is the one of the best examples that I could showcase. That's one of the reasons why I want to jump in this, because as musicians, this stuff is readily available for you. Again, I've done courses on Ableton. There's tons of other courses on Ableton that you can pull at. YouTube University is chock full of this kind of stuff, and you can download the trial. You can you can buy Ableton, Lite. You can get all of those things and just dig in and figure out and learn this stuff. You know what I mean? I also have a software called Loop Elements that you can check out, that you can grab that just runs loops. If you're not wanting to do stems, get you something that you can, just run loops and be able to do this sort of thing. Because these are the things that not only separate the boys from the men, but also separate the rich from the poor. You know what I mean? The people that are begging for more, and you may be in a church situation where you're not getting paid what you feel like you're worth. You know what I mean? But if you're a musician, as I always say, you have superpowers. Like what he does is not as technical as you think it is. It's not as hard to learn as you think it is. It's not as hard to run as you think it is. You just have to approach it just like you approach learning your instrument. Ableton is just like another instrument. Loop elements, all of these things, running stems is just like an instrument. You know what I mean? And if you're a good musical director, if you're good at these things, you can direct the track just like you could direct the band. And as you can see, that was a perfect real-time example of how you can run this. And you have to practice these things. You have to share these things. You have to spend time with it. You know what I mean? And so I am an advocate not only for upping your craft, yeah, learn all your keys, but learn how to use Ableton, learn how to run loops, learn how to create stems. You know what I mean? And then take that stuff that you've learned and then create e-commerce from it, build income sources from it. Do you have a website? I don't care what level you are at in your music. If you're just doing stuff on social media and you don't have a website, you know what I'm saying, a actual website, you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? You're limiting yourself because that's a whole nother revenue source that you could be utilizing to make money in your sleep. You know what I mean? There's no joy in my life greater than going to sleep and waking up and seeing that I made $1,000 while I was asleep. You know what I mean? When I closed my eyes, you know what I mean? I had $0, and then I woke up the next morning and there was $1,000 waiting on me when I wiped the crust out of my eyes. There's no joy greater than outside of, you know, in business. There's no joy greater in business. There's other joys that are greater, but there's no joy greater in business than having that level of excitement waiting on you in the morning. So I say all that to say, from the non-church musician side, if you're seeing this, pay your musicians more, especially if they are as technical as this and you see them putting in the work, putting in the time, you know what I mean? Putting in the effort, you know what I mean? This guy should not be doing what he's doing for free, period. Point blank. Don't miss me with that. Argue with your granddaddy on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And then from the musicians, to extrapolate from this, word of the day, boys and girls, you need to be upping your skills, learning how to create and excel and build at this level. All right. That's all I got for you guys. Hope this video helped you. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy, John Mike. If you've been rocking with my content and you want to go beyond what YouTube allows, what social media allows, that's exactly why I created my Patreon. Over there, I break down the real side of music tech, business, how this industry actually works, the creative side. I'm talking exclusive podcasts with your favorite creators. And there's 3 ways that you can join. There's a support tier that starts at just $5 a month. That's for people who just want to support my work and get early access to the content that I create. The Creator Plus tier goes deeper into the tools, the workflows, the plugins, everything that I use to create and scale out my content. And then there's the Business Plus tier. This is where we talk strategy, monetization, ownership, all of the things that I do to make money, how I scaled a 7-figure company, how you can do it too, asking questions, all of the crazy things that you want to know about how to build a sustainable, real career in music. So if you're really ready to take this to the next level and grow your creative business this year, then please join me over there at Patreon. The link is down below. I'll talk to you guys over there. Let's get it.